Hello, and welcome to the fourth episode of Breaking Character, where tonight I will be joined by the fantastic Cathie and UMadBrah, whose name I will probably get wrong a billion times tonight. But nonetheless, welcome back. I remembered to hit record this time, so it should be all good. Yeah. Again, huge thank you to everybody. Intros made by Black Razoroo, all the overlays made by LP. I didn't put art on today because a few reasons, but so we're just gonna have the questions up. Thank you for everyone who submitted questions, all that kind of shabazz. Oh my god, don't tell me I'm tired again and I can't speak properly. But yeah, I'm not gonna make the intro too long, so we can get straight to the questions, and you guys can get to it because you're not here for me, you're here for them, and you're here for the questions for them to answer. So I'm gonna go on mute, and we can say hello. Now, hopefully, my overlays work. We'll see. Who knows? Hello. Okay, you can actually hear me. Beautiful. It worked. Yes. Thank you guys for coming on, and give everyone a quick intro. Just say hello and who you play and your Twitch and stuff. Okay, someone go first. Cathie, you go first. Your Twitch stuff. You have to.
And my Twitch handle is just It's Cathie.
Nice. Can you say that again? I was muted. Okay, go again. They heard most of it. Just
all right. Okay. Just forget everything I said about your awesome production. I'm Cathie. I play Little K and Agnes Miller, this crazy old lady that is the receptionist at the hospital. And on Twitch, I'm Cathie. That's it.
nice. Thank you for going over my unprofessionalism. And you, Mad?
Yep, I'm UMad. I play Biggie, the Ballers gang leader. Hell yeah. And my Twitch is UMadBrah.
I didn't expect that we got to get that. I don't know how you do it. Have you got like a GoXLR or something?
What?
A GoXLR? Or do you use like a little program?
Yeah, Clownfish.
Okay, you'll have to send me that afterwards because my voice isn't deep enough for a gang character. All right, but yeah,
let's hear it. Can we
no,
hear it?
It's
not
happening. It's not happening.
Come on, man.
No, okay. First question. All right, we'll hop right into it. It's from Slampy15. Gosh, you mad? But it's kind of for both of you at the same time. How did you get your start in NoPixel?
Oh, well, I used to watch Ming play Armor, and then one day when I clicked on his stream, he was playing GTA, NoPixel. So I wanted, I've come from an acting background. Used to do a lot of acting and stuff when I was younger, so I thought, that might be I might enjoy that, and so I signed up to NoPixel, and yeah, the rest is history.
Hell yeah! What kind of acting did you do?
So I used to do. Do you know the Bill?
Oh yeah.
I was in that for a little bit.
No.
Yeah, and then I've done like a couple of short films and a couple of adverts on the telly. But this was when I was like really young, man, like 15 to like 8.
Do people know this, or is this a scoop?
No one. I don't think anyone from online knows, but it's not really big.
I'm gonna go searching on YouTube after this to find you.
What is the Bill?
It's like a British police TV program.
All right.
You don't know what the Bill is, Cathie?
No, I do not know what the Bill is.
What the hell?
I don't. Okay.
Wait, okay. If you're on the Bill, why haven't you made a cop character yet?
I have.
Well, you have?
Yeah, I just haven't really played them much. It's a cop character that. So the process used to be that you would make an application, right?
Right, yeah.
And then you'd get an app. So I didn't want to do it like that. I actually wanted to make a character and then kind of mold myself into a cop, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Like have a story, yeah. Yeah, I've actually made a cop character. I just haven't been on the server in 2 weeks. So haven't been on him.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether you know yet, but the cops are actually doing it like that now, where they kind of accept people like all in character, and you kind of just learn. There isn't like an academy or anything. It's like you learn it all as you go with like an FTO. So
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah, so I think they've closed it for now, but they're going to reopen it soon. So be on the lookout for that. Definitely, I want to see your cop cards.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, same question for you, Cathie. How do you start in NoPixel?
So I actually started with GTA roleplay like in 2017 on Twitch RP.
Oh damn.
Yeah, basically I used to watch Cathie Rue a lot.
Hmm.
And yeah, and she used to stream on NoPixel. And I don't know, like watching her and watching everything that she was doing and so on. I thought that was like so fascinating, and I had no experience in role playing whatsoever. So I decided, starting with Twitch RP, and I was streaming it, and then I started talking with streamers that were on NoPixel and so on. Then I applied and I got in, and that's it. I kind of didn't role played anything during 2018, kind of,
Hmm.
but I'm happy to be back on NoPixel, to be honest.
Hell yeah.
You know, Katie Rue, did she have a character that used to run the Yellow Jack?
Yeah, she did.
Yep, she did.
I
Oh
can't remember
man,
what the name is though.
yeah. So I had a character called Jimmy Jones. He was an old man, and she used to do the lottery or raffle or whatever it
Right.
was,
Yeah.
and my old character won it. He won like I don't know what it was, like 200K or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's probably like it's amazing.
Nice lore. We didn't even know you had an old character. There we go.
Hell yeah.
But okay, Kathy, this is a question because you're, I guess, in the grand scheme of a lot of players on NoPixel, you are newer.
Yeah.
But how has it been being someone who's new on the server? Is it good? Is there a lot of people that help out, or do you think there could be more?
So, huh. I think it goes a little bit for the kind of character that you have.
Right.
So for me, with Agnes, right? A civilian, barely does crime, doesn't do any crime now. I used to do crime before with her. And there was a lot of people that, they show you the mechanics and stuff like that. But when people know that you're a new player, they don't want to, I mean, it doesn't make sense for you to jump on a bank
Oh, for
job
sure.
anyway, right? Yeah, it doesn't. But I have to be honest, like in 2 days with Little K, when I created Little K, I learned more than I did like in 4 or 5 months with Agnes. So it does depend a little bit on the character
Hmm.
that you create and so on. But from what I've been seeing, people are willing to give you a hand and to help you out on the server, and it's actually not being that bad. Even if I see like there's new people on the server and so on, and whatever I can help without breaking my character, I do.
Yeah, when I played my cop character, there was actually people that was welcoming me and like saying, "Oh, I know someone who can help you around the city and stuff like that." So there is, when it comes to newcomers, there definitely is people on the server that are willing to help newcomers out, which is good.
Yeah, I think it's really good, especially with the amount of new people we've had lately with the boom and stuff.
Yeah, because let's be honest here. When you in role play, there are cliques, right? There are like
Mhm.
friends that get used to role playing with each other, and it's kind of it can be very difficult for new people to kind of fit in. So it's good to. I was impressed when I see a few people approach me and they were willing to get to know me and stuff. But also they might be kind of new themselves, so
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
good. Yeah.
Nice to see. I guess we'll go to the next question and answers. From past sleepy time. For Kathy, what is the hardest thing about playing a bowler?
Oh, okay. So for me, the hardest thing that I had, to deal and so on with Little K is the fact that I didn't even knew how to shoot a gun. I didn't even knew you had to reload,
Oh
your
god.
guns with ammo and stuff like that when I created Little K. So I had this crazy period of adapting myself from being in a shootout and not even having my gun in my hand, right? To exactly, to falling off buildings and so many other things that happened with little K. But it's not like a hardest thing. It helps me also to develop it made me go out of my comfort zone, right? And it made me learn, and then made me try to get better and improve as the little criminal that I try to be with little K.
Mhm.
And I wouldn't see it, in the end of the day, I wouldn't see it as a bad thing, as the hardest, thing. It was just
Right.
a period of adapting to the criminal life, and trying to speak and having Biggie, let me speak, let me speak. Yeah, that's it. That's the hardest things as a ballast. Yep.
Yeah, little K is like a chatterbox, man. Sometimes it's difficult to get a word in.
Oh yeah, because you're not okay.
When it let me put my 2 cents in. When it comes to gang RP, I would say it's probably the most difficult kind of RP to do because there's so many things, so many rules and things you have to take into consideration, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think playing a gangbanger is it's not easy to do. So when I think about your character development, Cathie, it's amazing. From when I met Agnes and then you made little K and seeing how your characters developed, it's been good.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's been a learning improvement. It's me getting out of my comfort zone and just trying, different things. And to be honest, like having, having the people that I have to role play daily, just a really nice. It was a really nice boost and so on.
Yeah, I mean, Little K's been a shit from day one, though, right? Because I remember I spoke to you this about at Twitch London, but I think I was playing Dark as it was before Dark was even a cadet or anything, and I met Little K, and that you said that was your first day in the city, right, outside the pink cage,
Oh
and
yeah,
yeah, and then people rolled up and they were gonna take people hostage, and and they were going for Little K, and she wasn't having it, and so they took me instead, and they took her, and she was just fine with it, just smoking a cigarette or something. And she was just like,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
I was smoking a cigarette in front of Pink Cage because it was my first day in town, right? And I didn't know you guys, right? I didn't, I needed to go to Grove or some shit like that, right? And I was just in Pink Cage smoking my cigarette, and there's like these people come and they try to kidnap me, and they decide to go to another dude, and I was like, oh, okay. And then another group of people come to rob another person. They end up getting stuck as a hostage, and I'm just still there smoking my
So,
cigarette, just watching.
like, was you giving them like lip so they won't take
Yeah,
you
she
hostage, or
was.
is it she was?
She was definitely giving a lip. I remember that.
I
Totally.
mean,
Nothing's
I
changed.
think was it because she was also playing like a baller, like
I think it might have
a
been, yeah,
gangster
Yeah,
as well?
probably
because it
because
was the ped models with the
yeah,
purple and
it was
stuff.
the bed with the purple jacket. So
One thing I have noticed, I only recently noticed this, with the difference with playing a gangster and then just playing a normal Sith on the server is the respect. Like on Big E or just gangsters in the South Side, they do get so much respect. Like no one wants to really mess with them, which is a good thing in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
all
for
right,
sure.
Um, when
so
when I played my cop character, I think I got kidnapped within the first half an hour.
Yeah, it's literally Civs are just free kidnappings.
Well, no, I loved it. I loved being
No,
kidnapped
yeah, for
because
sure.
on Big E, I've rarely ever got kidnapped. Like I never really get kidnapped, and so for me to get kidnapped on my cop character, it was amazing.
I think it's one thing you guys have done well down in the South Side is build up a reputation as all of you is to not be messed with. So you've done pretty good there. I'll give you that.
Yeah, well, if anyone messes with the borders, they're gonna get the smoke. As simple as that. It doesn't matter who it is. principle, right?
Right, yeah, for sure.
I
Hell yeah.
have to say, I logged in Agnes for like 5 minutes the other day just to pay my car in my house, right? And when I was going to Integrity, I got kidnapped like right away for a bank job. And I need to say, like, I've never been kidnapped with little K ever, like for bank jobs and stuff like that, for role play purposes. Yeah, from the Lean Boys, but that was it.
Man, I would love it if there was more kidnappings
I think so
instead
too.
of instead of
Ooh.
just instead of just who's better with the tanks.
No,
That's
yeah.
what that's all I've seen watching the streams. That's all I've seen. People in tanks just shooting each other.
It is. It's like war of tanks right now. I
Yeah,
experience
it's
a bit
horrible.
myself. But like you're right. I think, especially with south of Olympic Freeway, the south side stuff, there's a lot of like times where I look at people and they're like, instead of just they roll up to someone who hasn't got a gun or anything, they could just kidnap them. And I think it would create some really good role play. Like Big E got kidnapped, right? Was that the Lean Boys?
Uh,
Did
Can't
I?
remember.
Did Biggie get kidnapped? I think the only time I remember Biggie getting kidnapped was when they kidnapped me for a bank job. Instead of shooting me, they was gonna kidnap me for a bank job, but then my
Oh,
game. It's the
I
only
think
time I
yeah.
think.
Maybe I'm thinking about Lean Boys getting kidnapped, and
Yeah.
maybe that's something else.
didn't you got like kidnapped on Biggie like 2 or 3 months ago because of some war that we were at? I don't
I don't.
remember.
I can't remember Biggie. That's the only time Biggie's been kidnapped. I think when Lean Boys
Okay.
kidnapped him for a bank rob.
Been in too many wars to remember at this point.
That's true. Yeah. I wish Biggie got kidnapped more. To be honest.
I'll hook you up. I'll kidnap you. Don't worry. All right. Next question is from Igors RS, which is for both of you. And what is the moment that had the greatest effect on your character?
Does that mean like a good
Yeah,
thing or bad?
it could be anything. It could be some event or some situation that happened that changed your character. Affected them.
It was so it's kind of the saddest, but also the thing that really made Biggie step up
Mhm.
was when this actually did affect me as a person, not just as Biggie. Is when so Biggie he was alone for I don't know like 2 months or something, and then Curtis returned with Frost and Breezy, and then within a couple of weeks, they all permaed in the space of
Oh
like 3 weeks, and so that messed me up, especially when Frost permaed that. When we were at the what's the mall, is it? You know where people live dead and then take them to that
Oh yeah, the
place.
more yeah.
Yeah, the morgue, and I was actually crying. Like I got into character so much that I was actually crying, and yeah, that's probably my saddest moment as Big E, but also it made me like that's when Big E had to step up and become a leader. So it's probably that.
Yeah, that stuff's rough, dude. Like when you really get into things and you get to know characters, it is. I get the same.
Yeah, it's not this. It's like because I waited for them for 2 months to come back, and then they they permed within 2 weeks, and then yeah, I mean three people you role play with perma. That's a lot, man. I don't think I would want to deal with any more on Big E. To be honest, it's too much to take.
For sure, dude. Well, okay, you know what you have to do.
Well, I was going to say this. I was going to actually mention the same thing because it was all right. So I created a little K, right? And I was role playing with it was me, Big E, Curtis, and Frost basically for a couple of weeks. I was a potato. I was completely potato. I didn't know what to do. I was so intimidated in the middle of all of them, right? I didn't like there was a lot of times that I was just sitting there, listening to them and all of that. And there was a lot of things that, and especially Frost, because Frost accepted me like basically right from the start too. And Curtis was, a little bit, more tough to go to, especially because he was leader and everything. And the fact that when Curtis permad, Sentry role played, that his house keys came out of his pocket, as a way of like to little K, because like as a way of kind of accepting her in the ballas, which was, really nice because I created little K, with the pet from the ballas. I
Mhm.
didn't had any initiation as a prospect, any training, anything, to make myself into this, the gang life kind of thing, right? And then the next day after Curtis literally permas, right? Frost sees Angel and he tries to kill her, and little K and Biggie are there, and Biggie goes and gets a car, and I'm just in front of Frost because I don't want to leave him there. Like I was literally like, I don't want to leave him there. Yeah, you're not doing like I don't want the cops to hit him or to shoot him or anything like that. But he was our leader in that time, because Curtis was dead, so Frost was the one stepping up. And at the end of the day, Lil K had to go and follow the leader rules and get out because he was telling me to get out. But once, you hear them shooting and we were running from the cops, and then we just see like a Twitter post that Frost, passed away. It was just like, it went back to being, just a couple of us.
Right. Yeah, that was a tough situation from the cops' point of view. So I can't imagine it from your guys' point of view. But it was really really good, like from everybody.
And it was
Um,
the first person that Lauren killed and
but
shot.
yeah,
Yeah. And we don't actually know in character that was Lauren, because we weren't, we were driving off, so we didn't know that it was Lauren that actually killed Frost.
I mean, like
Yeah.
I was the one who chased you, by the way. I took off and I was chasing you guys. But I mean, back to the point. What I guess what did what did you think Frost's death did to Lil K and has stuck with her? Like, what did that change about the character?
I actually, there's a lot of things that I still remember that, that Frost used to say to us, like, you have to have this and you have to do this. And, once you're going like simple things, like if you're buying bandages, just like freaking get 20, just carry 20 around with you, like things that I would never like think about. Right. And, just, I think as little K, I wish I had more time to be with them, but because I didn't have that time, it's trying to be there, for Biggie, and all of this that the Baldas had to go from, and stepping up, I guess.
Oh yeah, good answer. Actual good answers. Nice.
After Big E, I think it was you, right? That made the border. Am I correct?
Yeah. I mean, me, Peanut, and Dee, we kind of created the characters in like what, same day?
Was it? I think you've been after Big E. I think it was you, and then them after.
I might have created first and Dee. I don't remember Peanut actually. It might have been
Yeah.
like, it was really close by though. Because for a long time, it was the four of us:
Mm.
me, Biggie, DD, and Peanut. It was just the four of us. We had no prospects. We had no one else. It was just
No.
the four of us after Curtis and Frost Permit.
Have you got some new people? Have you got some new prospects?
So we do. So here's the thing. I'm not really a big fan of. I'm not really a big fan of. Like it's how it's. I guess it comes down to preference, but when it comes to GTA lore, I feel like you create your own one. You don't really stick to it like like a religion or something.
Yeah, I
You
know what
just
you mean.
go by your own one. With the borders, it's so I do like giving people opportunities and stuff, but it's kind of to fit the border kind of RP is I don't know if it'd be everyone's cup of tea to be honest, because the way I like to do the border RP is I don't want like we base it off struggling basically, like really not any money, and I don't
Yeah.
want no borders to drive around in super fast cars or anything like that. And I want the borders to be black. But I don't know. I think maybe finding new people is difficult. So maybe in the near future, we can change it, and basically anyone's role play that we like and think they would be a good fit for the borders, then why not?
Yeah, so there's some questions coming up about that kind of thing. But I mean, this was a question that I've kind of wondered about. How do you guys feel about people who, I mean, obviously you guys kind of did it, but about people making characters like from the start for their intent to be in like a certain gang, like making a character that's going to be a baller or a Vargos. Are you guys good with that, or is it the kind of thing that people should make a
No, we're
character?
good with that. I mean, so it's happened. Even Big E did it himself. He turned up on the cul-de-sac in like colors, purple colors, and then I got told to change them up, which is the right approach to have. So no, I'm down for people to. That's what I want, to be honest. People make a bolder character, and then I'll tell them that they're going to be a prospect, and I'll give them challenges and stuff, and if they do good, then Biggie will beat them in, give them their colors. But it's not going to happen in a week or two. It's going to
Yeah, for
take a little
sure.
time.
I like that kind of stuff. I like one of the things I like about the gangs is that you guys are very accepting to new people. It's kind of like, if you wanna do that kind of stuff, kind of go down there with not the kind of the promise, but the opportunity to join one of the gangs and try and make your name by joining one of them, because it's always like, I think gang RP is great because you kind of get introduced to a lot of people very quickly. Versus, like, I've been trying to play a criminal character in a different way, and it's like it's pretty hard to meet a lot of people because you do get a lot of clicks. Whereas with a gang, you kind of go in and there's like 5-10 people already there for you to kind of speak and
Yeah.
get along with. So it's really good.
I think when it comes to Biggie, I think I've approached Biggie's approached. He's had an interest in a few people because most our role plays in the south side, right? We rarely go out into the city, to be honest with you, and so Biggie usually meets people when they're doing like the porn runs and stuff like that, and so there's been a few people that have maybe border prospects, but then it's funny with the the green boys usually take them.
Oh yeah.
But they get yoinked from the bowlers because they joined the Green Boys.
Oh, so I've spoke to them about maybe being a border prospect, and then next time I I play Big E, like the next day they tell, like, I see them in like green clothes, or they're telling me they're now a
Nice.
green prospect. It's like, okay.
Nice. It's like
I
scouting
think
for a
it's
football team.
I think it's
Yeah.
important to notice that we also we don't want to accept everyone right away,
No, yeah.
right? You want to, yeah, exactly. You want to have you want to take your time. You want to see what people are, if they, if they can toughen up, defend themselves and things like that. That is one of the most important things, especially down in the south.
I mean,
But if you're
who's
not tough,
the?
then you're a little bit, but yeah, go for it.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but I disagree with that too. Who's the last person Biggie had an interest in? Is his name W with the
Oh
pink or
yeah,
purple hair?
W. I can't remember his Twitch name. But he's
Doug
he's
the
really good.
Giant.
Doug the
Yeah,
Giant. There you go.
so like it's when Biggie had an encounter with him, Biggie kidnapped him and basically like told him to toughen up. And next time Biggie sees him, he wants to see some kind of like an animal in him, like he stop being such a softie.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's definitely one of the people I'm keeping my eye on for an upcoming character, because I only ran into him once, but he was so fucking good getting arrested. So I'd love to see him do some gang shit. I think
Do
he'd
you
fit in.
think? Do you think he sounds like a scuffler?
He
I don't think.
does.
Do you think so?
He
I
really
don't know.
does. Yeah.
And the hair, and oh my god, he does look a lot like Flacco.
Yeah.
He's good though. Good. We need to. Okay, next question because we get sidetracked. Tangents, man. Next question is from the Origin of Custard. For both of you, do you have an end game plan for your character? Some long-term goal you would like to achieve?
Should I go first?
Yeah, sure.
So when it comes to Biggie as a leader, what I would like when it comes to a goal, I would like the Borders role play to continue without Biggie. That's my biggest goal with the Borders. If Biggie permas or he decides to shelve his like I decide to shelve the character, I would like the Border RP to continue. Someone else to step up and just see the Border role play continue. I think that's what Biggie's biggest goal is. Um, at the moment, it's probably just it's very rare to see Borders rolling four deep. So I think recruiting a few people and just getting I don't know, just having some amazing gang RP. Doing it how our style of role play, doing it how we want to do it, and
Yeah.
not how other people were doing it. I think that's really important. Sticking to that.
I think that goes for the whole server. When people make comments about things they don't like, it's all about being the change that you want to be. So if you guys like you said, if you want to have a certain style of roleplay, being in the South Side and not other styles, you got to do it yourself before you can expect other
Yeah.
people to make that change too. Yeah, I
So
like
I
that.
want So when it comes to the Borders, I want us to kind of lead by example and just go a different way about things than others, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. Sure. Do you think has Biggie got anyone in mind as to who's next in line, or if he?
So it would be CJ, but I would also like to see what little K's about. Imagine having like a female leader.
Oh yeah, for sure. Badass. Cathie, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I feel like I still need to, you know, live a little bit more with Kay, until I actually, manage to be able to step up to that. But I when I created Kay, I never thought I would have this character for as long as I've been having, and I haven't felt any situation comfortable to perma for the situation that I feel like we still have a lot to do with the Balos RP.
Yeah,
We have an ongoing fight for months for turf, and I don't feel like, I think as the biggest goal is to end slash see what happens with the Lean Boys war that the Balos have, and see if we do get our the street or the houses, or if we start living in peace with each other, which I don't see happening, and see what goes from it. Because even though our war with the Lean Boys is the most healthy and fun thing that comes up from the gang RP that I've experienced all of these months. And to be honest, people are like, "Oh yeah, but the Lean Boys are leaving the South," and I'm just like, you know what? I don't want them to leave the South because it's just so fun,
yeah,
to role play with them. But I don't think I would, as a goal that I would like to see, and I would only be comfortable, to call that end game for little K once we had, a real established place. Because even in the cul-de-sac, we have like we don't even have those many houses, so
Mm, I think when it comes to an end game, what could be good is, especially with what's going on in the South Side at the moment, with all these other gangs fighting for trap houses and stuff. I don't think Biggie's gonna like seeing that. So maybe one thing I've been thinking of is some of the builders get together and we decide, look, what's this about? Like it's rubbish. Let's basically work towards becoming millionaires and then move into Fire City or something.
Hell yeah, that'd be sick, dude. I think yeah, I think a gang having a different motive than everyone else right now would bring a lot, and that'd be something cool to see because it's almost like a Franklin from GTA kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Kind of building himself up and kind of having a plan to leave the South Side would be nice.
Could I have a sports car and ride a Lambo?
Yeah. I've banned them all from buying supercars.
Yeah, we can have supercars in
Nice.
the palace. When I bought my Buffalo S, I was like, is this too sporty for us? It's like a 20K car. It's not even, it's nothing.
Yeah, so the way I see it, like the South Side is the slums of the city. So I kind of
Right.
just like when it comes to our style, I just kind of like our style to be around struggling and like it's a roleplay server. So I'd rather just kind of stick to that, like the struggling side of things, than driving around in, I don't know, import supercars and things like that.
No, I like it. I really like that you guys have stuck to that kind of rule. It's a crutch in the big scheme of things because fast cars you get away more and that kind of thing. So it's nice to see you guys give yourself a flaw and stick with it. It doesn't happen very often with people on the server. It's nice to see. For sure.
Yeah, I guess you could say it just makes things, I don't know if immersive is the
Yeah.
right word, but kind of is like we're sticking to our characters.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think to be fair, whenever I've watched streamers or something, the ballers have always been the underdog and the struggling kind of thing. So it makes it so much better when you guys actually get the W and things. It's nice to see. It makes it a hell of a lot more interesting to watch from an outsider's perspective.
Sorry for punching Dark with CJ when he was on his bike.
I
Oh
remember
my
that.
god, he was. Yeah, I did. I'm so sorry. We're so.
Don't pretend
mean,
like you
but it was
didn't
so.
do it on purpose.
Oh, it was so cool.
It's just shit.
He was just playing music and chasing me with a bike, and me and CJ just completely punch him and knock him out. And then he comes, all injured and whatever to the cul-de-sac, and we have like a party in the cul-de-sac.
It was fun though. We chased you for so long, dude. But you didn't have crack or anything, so I don't want to just like tase you or something. So.
It didn't. I was just running.
It was quite. I actually watched that. It was quite nice to see. Raw. It's something different to see than just maybe you could have easily tased her or she could have shot you. It's nice to see something different.
Yeah, I think a nice breath of fresh air from the rest of the stuff we've been having to deal with lately, which is
like you
shooting.
both had fun. That's what the most important thing.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Oh, next question is from that's sleepy time again for you, Mad. Looking at Biggie's story so far, is there anything you would have done differently?
To be honest with you, not really, because I think when it comes to my Biggie's character progression, it's like he isn't perfect and he's learning all the time. He's learning a lot about people and other gangs and stuff like that. So a good example would be Borders would take contracts from other gangs or people, and then it would end up with Borders. What Big E learned is it would leave the Borders in a worse situation. So what Big E learned was not to just look after the Borders, look after ourselves, and do our own thing, and not. If people need to get their hands dirty or are looking for blood, then let them handle their own shit, and we're just gonna focus on our own stuff and sort out our own problems.
I like it. Oh, that's the answer I expected, because if things went different, your character probably wouldn't be the same, and if you're happy with the character, then it's everything. Because I mean, what was this is another question. What was would you say that Biggie's lowest point was when everyone permanent and kind of left him alone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I imagine if that stuff didn't happen, things would be in a very different spot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I didn't even want to lead. I never wanted to lead, to be honest. And Frost Perman, Curtis Perman, it kind of Breezy Perman, it kind of put Biggie in that. Well, it put myself in that situation. I had the option whether I want to lead with the borders or just, make a new character.
Yeah, that was. Did you consider like just kind of shelving Big E and not playing it anymore?
Listen, many of times I've thought about it. Not so much over the past 4 months. I guess I haven't thought about it, but especially when I was by myself, a lot of the times I did. Especially when I was at war with other gangs and it was just me by myself.
Yeah.
Like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? But then I don't know. It's weird. So when I would think about like either permanent with Big E or shelving the character, something would happen in roleplay which would give me a boost and make me want to carry on with Big.
Did you mic cut out? I think you might cut out at the end.
Oh, what did you hear?
I think it was just like made me want to carry on. Is that what you
Oh
said?
yeah. So whenever I thought about Palmer and Biggie or shelving him, something would happen in roleplay that would just, give me a boost, re-energize me, and make me carry on with Biggie.
Yeah, for sure. I think. I mean, what? Give us an example. Well, I mean, after all that kind of stuff happened with the permas and stuff, was it people making new characters? Was that it?
I mean, just especially Biggie would see a lot of gangs rolling deep all the time, and just I don't know, Biggie being by himself against the whole city.
Right.
It's not nice. It's everyone against you. It's not nice. So that's when it make me think about permanent or shelving. But I think like Cathie making a border and others like GTA Wise Guy, Timmy turning CJ who plays CJ. I think they're the biggest reason why Biggie hasn't palmered or shelved or give up on the border RPs because of them. Because without them, there, in my opinion, there's no border RP for Biggie.
That's cute. I like that. That's nice. But I mean, you're not wrong. I think everyone is very happy that you didn't perma Big E, especially like when everyone was against you. You almost provided like an enemy for a lot of gangs, so they are probably very thankful that you stuck around, because they might have not had as much to do if they weren't fighting Big E. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. And to be honest, I've always been, especially in a roleplay server, I've always been one to want to be the troublemaker, the make friends. To be honest, that's just what I love doing. I love causing trouble.
Causing conflict.
That's true.
Creates a lot. Yeah, it's cool. I don't know how you guys do it, man. I haven't done it really properly yet, being like a troublemaker or an antagonist or anything, but impressive. Sure. Especially Cathie. She does it out of character too.
Wow. Yeah.
On that note.
Yeah, I just got Pearl. Yeah, that's true.
Next question is from Jamie Goblin. Jamie in chat. It's for both of you. What was your process in creating your characters, and did you ever expect Gang RP to blow up as much as it did?
You can go first.
Yeah. So So I'll start talking about Agnes because this year she was the first character that I actually created. And for Agnes, I already knew which character model I wanted to use since it was the one that I used in the past. But I went with this full story how Agnes actually was stuck in a bunker for like 6 years or something like that. And when they had like and when they opened the bunker because they thought that the world was going to to be over or some shit like that. And when they opened the bunker, the city of Los Santos was there. So coming out of that and going into the city, Agnes had low social skills. She is and still she was and still is completely awkward in certain situations and a lot of things like that. But for her, I thought about like a lot of traits and a lot of things that I wanted her to have. And for little K, it was a little bit different because I was creating a character to go to a story that already existed, to a
Right.
gang that already existed. So I just kind of wanted to play out this kind of character that it's not like she was always around, but it's like once she was alone, let's kind of say it like that, she decided to step up and leave being hiding and
No,
just
yeah, I know what you mean.
helping out in the balls, like that
Coming out
kind
the
of story,
shadows.
Exactly, yeah. But I have to say, like, to create Little K, which was a criminal, I had no idea of server mechanics for criminals. Like, the only thing that I did with Agnes was robbing houses. Okay, so and Oxy and little stuff like that. So I had no idea how to role play a gangster. I had no idea how like I have a notepad of certain things, expressions that I went to YouTube to see for gangsters and for
Oh
GTA
hell yeah!
Online balas, expressions that they would say and all of these things. And then they would say like, oh yeah, the cul-de-sac. And I had no idea what the cul-de-sac was. So I took notes of what the cul-de-sac was. And with like we have names for every gang, like the Vagos are the minions and things like that. I took notes of all of those things. And I had the notebook with me for like weeks. So, it's a little bit like that for these characters. And the other characters that I've created actually recently, I haven't been putting a lot of work to. I actually created a biker, but not to be a lost MC, okay? Not to be a lost MC
Mm-hmm.
right now. And I played this character for like an hour, and I was like, I was having troubles identifying with the character, to
Yeah.
be honest. I created it with Timmy that plays CJ with from the Battles, and I was actually having, I don't know, I wasn't identifying that much with the character, so I don't know if I'm gonna be that active with it. But yeah, then I've had perma characters where I just create a random name and a random crackhead and just perma after 5 minutes playing. Basically, my story.
No, I like that you did the research for Loka. I love that kind of stuff.
Oh, and I'm gonna maybe create a Japanese geisha. And I'm doing so much research because not only is a culture that I have no knowledge of, I don't want to disrespect anyone. So I'm being so careful creating this character. So I don't want to rush into things.
That's actually a good thing though that you're doing your character research. I wish
Yeah.
more people did that on the server, including myself. I think we're all very lazy, to be honest. I think when it comes to characters, we could all do much better, in my opinion.
No, I completely agree. I think everyone should be looking to improve themselves every day.
That's it.
But yeah, the research stuff, I personally really enjoy it. I haven't had to do much. The last time I had to do it was when I was, I guess, making the Lost MC, was to like look up all the different ranks and that kind of shit. But especially for like, I think I might have mentioned this another time. Milton with building, said he did like 4 months of research and went to like classes on Vietnamese pronunciation and everything. So like he really went all out make
Holy
sure
shit.
that he wasn't, disrespecting anyone or anything like that. So it's really nice when people put the effort in like that. It's cool. But yeah, next question is from Gentle Strawberry, for both of you, and it goes, what is something unique about playing a gangster? I guess it means unique in comparison to playing any other type of character on the server.
I guess recently I've realized it's probably the respect thing. How much respect we get compared to if I was to jump on another character that doesn't have no gang friends or any ties to any, I guess, powerful people. The difference people interact with my characters, I guess. So it's the respect thing.
I have to say, like from my side, I would say being scared in certain things, but this perspective, as in like with little K, I'm never scared of losing money or losing stuff or going to prison or being shot at, or even scared of just other people that probably will put a gun on me, right? But when I'm playing with Agnes, right, it's like I don't know, I don't want to lose money, I don't want to lose stuff, all of those kind of things. So you end up having a different attitude when you're playing a gangster on the server, to be honest.
So basically, Little K's new nickname is MVLK. Is that what you're saying?
Oh my god, really? No, I said no, I never.
I'm joking.
Wow. Okay. Can't believe this. No, it's not like that. You know what I mean.
I do.
Okay.
No, yeah, I think it's you get a bit of freedom to do a lot with gangster stuff. So I guess that's pretty unique. Like you said, you don't have to worry about losing shit. You can always you're in a gang.
Yeah.
People can contribute, and you can get back to where you were pretty quick.
That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice, quick and easy. Hell yeah. Next one is again from Gentle Strawberry, who asked some really good questions. Both of you, do your characters hold any grudges against other characters? If so, what happened?
AJ Hunter and Angel.
Ooh.
Reason being, they killed the homies, Curtis and
Damn.
yeah, I think Curtis got shot when we were robbing a bank by Angel or Hunter, and then the other time was when Frost held up Angel outside the PD. So Biggie's always had it's always held a little grudge against those two cops, which is nice, to be honest, because it gives some kind of, like a conflict relationship with
Yeah.
cops
Yeah,
that
it's
Biggie
nice.
hasn't really had. So it's nice to have a little story with them.
Yeah, I think it's well, sorry, Cathie, I'll let you answer in a minute, but I think it's really important that I think grudges are really good for roleplay, because there's a lot of things on NoPixel where like one day someone will stab someone and the next day they'll be best friends.
Oh yeah.
Whereas if you hold that grudge and keep the conflict going, then I think it creates a lot more in the long run.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the thing about AJ was like we were at the hospital, right? And they were like with Curtis, and he was like just shit talking a lot. I don't know if you remember that, UMad. He was
Yeah.
just shit talking a lot, and we wanted to like just fucking blast him in the middle of the fucking hospital.
So I didn't realize like so much was happening that I forgot that I was handcuffed to the bed, and I had a gun on me, but it was bugged. Like I shouldn't have had it on me, but I didn't know. And so when I see Angel and AJ Hunter bragging about killing Curtis, I got over at the bed and I just started shooting at
I remember
them.
that. Yeah. It was like a little standoff in the hospital. It was sick.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the exceptions. That stuff happened the other day too. about having roleplay over roleplay. You know, obviously that was a mistake of yours, but it turned out into a really good scenario. So
that's it.
I don't think anyone's pissed about it. But for sure, I like grudges. I want more people to hold grudges against me, so that they can something permadark at some point.
You know what's nice about? So Biggie was against when you were on growth and you wanted to talk to us. Like Biggie was against that. But one thing I actually liked about that is you're trying to have some kind of like a like a you're trying to get to know criminals than just talking to them like when you've caught them in the prison cell or something. So it's nice to see, I don't know, cops doing something different, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, I really enjoy just getting to know the criminals a bit more versus, only getting to know them when they get into crime. But it's been a little bit tricky lately with all the gang stuff that's been going on because we don't really go down south side unless there's shots fired now. So it's kind of quieting down a little bit, but it's yeah, I wish more cops would do it because then they wouldn't have this kind of as much aggression towards criminals, I guess.
So when it comes to cops going off duty and just going about the business and like creating stories for themselves, how do criminals react to that? Do they just like, do they want to fuck with you, or are they like,
People get surprised. Honestly, that's whenever I'm off duty, which is very often. But Doc got 5150, so I was off duty a little bit, and people were just surprised to see a cop off duty, and they were actually kind of chill about it. I think they liked it. I think they like seeing cops off duty because it's nice to see that they're actually people and not just like
yeah?
a uniform.
I agree with that. That's something I would like to see more, to be honest.
Yeah, I think a few more cops are doing it recently, which is nice, and it's definitely something people start to need to do more with their characters because it gives some time to grow with them and kind of sit on things and learn about them. But I guess you've asked me a question. I'll ask you a question. You've already answered, UMad. What about you, Cathie? Have you got any plans for a cop character in the future?
You know what? I kind of would like to have a cop character, but like with the DOC now, I really would like to make a DOC and then maybe go into cop.
Yeah.
But because a lot of people are into DOC now and everybody's just creating a DOC and so on, I don't want, just another one, just because the fever of the DOC or something like that. So I'm kind of waiting, for, all of this excitement to maybe pass out and then I'll probably try to apply or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely say give it a go. I didn't get to do it very much, but it's really fun, and I like that they've given civs a job now. Other than delivery trucks or something, it's something that civilians can get into. But I think it is really being considered as it's like the gateway drug for cop. It's like go to DOC, and then you'll probably be more considered for cop after that. So definitely give it a go because it's fun.
Yeah, I actually would like to see. I already had the experience as a civilian. Now I had the experience as a gangster criminal, and I guess like a government job would be, the next.
Yeah. I implore everyone to give it a go. I haven't really done much gangbanger shit in a long time, so I want to get back into doing some crime, but I don't know how I'm doing it yet.
Come on, let's hear your baller. Let's hear your your gangster.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that on the spot. I no.
Come on.
Oh, come on, Socks.
You know
I
what?
got
You
pretty
mad?
over it because of
Actually,
Dark the other
I didn't
day.
stream this, but you mad? I don't know whether you remember, but there was one day when I came down to Grocery on a new character, and their name was oh my god, I think their name was Zebediah something, and he was like an older black dude who I planned to just be like a neutral party in the South Side, and I had like a jukebox and I was playing music and shit, and you were like, "Are you gonna stick around?"
Oh shit, that was you?
Yeah, it was me.
Oh, that was amazing.
And you were like, "Are you gonna stick around?" I was like, "Yeah, I am." I never turned up again. Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah,
Oh, that was amazing.
I might do. I might consider it. I think maybe once things calm down a little bit with the South Side, I might try something. But I've got a criminal character up and coming, so we'll see.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
Um,
Go on.
when have we got a lot of time? Because I would like to talk about
Oh
like
yeah, go
South
for it.
Side and my so in all honesty, I'm not happy with the South Side at the moment. I don't like the role play that I've seen, and I guess we all could say that we're all responsible for. We all could do better. Us South Side gangsters with the role play. What I would like to see is a whitelist process with the gangs, and I think maybe the people that do get whitelisted, like the leaders or anyone that wants to be a Southside gangster, there's like a little meeting where we 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 talk about what we expect to see when it comes to Southside gangs and stuff like that. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I think it's important that things are talked out a bit and like discuss about what's happening and what's going on. I think the whitelist thing should. I think it's a good idea, but at the same time, I don't think it should be necessary because I think role players should be able to be self-aware enough to be like, okay, this is too much. Let's tone it down a little bit. But I think if it comes to it, I think it is a good idea to have it as a whitelist.
Yeah, so I don't think it's just a problem with the Southside. I think it's a problem in the server in general.
Yeah, for
Is
sure.
you got jack of all trades. Everyone can do everything, and I don't know. Maybe with a whitelist, it kind of it makes Southside gangsters. I guess you could say stick to their character more. I guess that's what I want to see anyway.
Yeah, I think it provides a bar. It like provides a bar of role play that you can't be a Southside gangster unless you reach this level of maturity and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So I definitely think it would improve things for sure. So here's hoping, right? But I think definitely. I don't know whether you've reached out to people already, but there's definitely like people in the trust and stuff will definitely listen to kind of those suggestions. So I definitely reach out.
Oh yeah, no, I've mentioned it.
Okay, nice. We don't have to. We don't have to get into details. Um, anything else you want to add?
Um, with the South Side, nah, there's a lot of changes that need to happen. Like it's it's just it's got to the point where it's just tanks, shootouts in tanks. There's not really like there are stories, but it's like not so much words. It's just constantly deathmatching. That's what it is. There needs to be more. I just there needs to be more story progression. There needs to be more moments with words where both sides are like, wow, this was amazing. Or for example, all the borders, like we have a meeting, like the borders, and say for example, we're at war with the Greens, we have a meeting and we all have like baseball bats, and then we just start
Yeah.
fighting each other. Stuff like just being more creative than just shooting each other all the time. That's what I think. That's the direction I want the South Side to go in.
Yeah, I think it'd be really nice to see.
And it would be healthy overall.
I think it would. Yeah, I think it.
Yeah, because
Um,
because if you're being like shot every 5-10 minutes, right? Yeah, okay. Not even in character, you need to have a notion that your character can't handle all of that. And even out of character, you get tired and it makes you frustrated if you're always, just getting shot randomly by several people, you're just hospital, getting a gun, just getting shot again and so on. And that's been happening a lot, and I don't feel like that's healthy.
Yeah, there's not enough consequences to actions, I think. Like it shouldn't be, but it would be nice if there was like for not just the South Side, but for in general, if you say you get shot or stabbed, then like I don't know, maybe your health is at like a quarter or something for I don't know, like an hour or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's another one of those things where it's a mechanic that shouldn't have to be introduced.
No, it shouldn't.
It should be on the role players.
Yeah.
But
What's your
Well,
what's your opinion about when it comes to so? I think being a Southside gangster is one of the most difficult RP you could do on the server because there's so many things you have to take into consideration. I think like if Southside had some rules to it would be a good thing. Not like we have a meeting in roleplay and we set our own little ground rules. I don't think that. I think like if Southside had just rules in general that they had to stick by, I think that would improve a lot of the roleplay.
yeah, I think in a way you could compare Southside to PD in that there's a lot there's a lot of you guys and you don't always interact at the same time. But PD have options available to them that there has to be a balance, otherwise things get thrown off. So for PD, we obviously have 8 people, loads of guns and shit. So we have the SOPs to keep everything kind of fair and easy and that kind of thing. So I think a similar thing for Southside would work. I think it would help people understand when things are too much. And
Yes, Southside roleplay could be amazing, man. Like it has so much potential. It just needs a little. It just needs to change. There needs something in place where people have to follow and to get to that kind of level where people on the server want to make like gangsters, and people
yeah,
want to go onto Twitch and saying, "Oh, what Southside gangs role playing," just so they can be immersed and entertained.
for sure. I think I think it will change, and I think there's a lot to come out of it. Especially with there's a lot of new role players down there who are shining out. Who's a good example? I don't know who's a good. I mean, Silent's a good example. He's a new role player, right? And he's with the Vargos. But
Yeah,
he's really grown over the past few months into like at the start he wasn't I guess role playing in quotation marks too much, but now he's really kind of got into it. And
yeah.
he's
No,
really
you're
really good.
right. Yeah,
I
Yeah,
think it happens a lot when you start role playing, right? You just end up playing a little bit of yourself, and
yeah,
that's when you start seeing different things and what others are doing and different styles of what you can actually do, and that's when you start going a little bit for that.
for sure.
I think an improvement as well is everyone, including myself, if we enjoyed taking an Elmo. I think you're gonna. Nothing from what I've seen over these past 2 weeks. There's been it does feel like there's a lot of people try harding too much, in my opinion, and people just need to kind of chill out and realize it's not like a competition. It's have fun.
Have fun,
Like
exactly.
you can have much more fun in losing than you can winning sometimes. There's more when it comes to progression. You can get much more progression from taking that L than you can with a W sometimes. So I just want people to, even myself, just to try and enjoy yourself, man, because that's why we role play in the first time, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I think having fun by yourself isn't as fun as having fun with other people. So if you're just going for the W and someone else isn't having fun, it's a
Mm.
hell of a lot better. For example, with the ballers and lean boys, you guys always have fun together, so it's so much more healthy and better when both sides are enjoying it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But yeah, here's the hoping. And here's another question from Frogband, which is a question from Cathie. If Lil K ever comes across a code for a trap house, will she take it over so she can finally have some time alone with JP?
Oh my god. These questions. I mean, to be honest, Little K and JP have been having some time alone in the last few days, actually, because not a lot of the ballos have been around, and we have been hanging out more. But the story behind Little K and JP, this has been happening, for months, and it's been something that Little K has never put it out publicly to anyone until maybe like a couple of weeks that she started like telling out to some people, but it's not a relationship. It's oh my god, I can't believe. All right, he does this in role play. He does this in role play where he's like having a conversation and he just pretends he's fucking sleeping.
Hold on, can you tell us
Yeah.
the nickname that Little K has been given lately?
Oh my god.
MVOK.
No, the other one.
Oh, Lilu Ho.
Sorry,
So
Cathie, carry on.
I changed my character model from the old ped to the new, free model kind of character. Little K has been getting a lot of attention from guys. A lot of guys like asking for numbers, are asking for dates, saying, "Oh yeah, mamacita, I want a little bit of that," So and I have to be honest, I try to play with it, right? But sometimes I'm like super like laughing in the back and just like I don't even know what to say in a lot of the situations.
Yeah.
It's like Benji from the Bandai Boys also. He calls up Little K and he tries to meet up with her, and it's so funny and it's so nice, but
you,
it just makes me, yeah, go.
you know what's funny is when Big E's around, I don't think like Big E doesn't really see any of that. But from when I watch your stream when I'm not in the there's so many guys hitting on her. It's crazy. It's funny,
Yeah.
man.
I guess the only person that actually hit on K when Big E was around was Coil on that
SMG Welly.
the SMG Welly. I want to lick that ass.
Oh my god. Yeah, Biggie's like a big brother,
Uh,
and no one wants to go.
no, I
Nothing
think just
okay.
people think Biggie and K are in a relationship, so they don't,
True.
Yeah. Oh, here it goes. And yeah, I don't know. It's fun. At the end of the day, it's fun. It makes me, to be honest, it made me get a lot of contacts and get to know more people, and yeah.
Nice. That was actually a very serious answer for a very silly question. But we'll go to the next question, which is from Johnny Test 718. For both of you, we kind of touched on already. Do your characters have any flaws or rules that you always follow? Like, for example, Peanut sucks at driving, or like Denzel refuses to do crack. Because you
I
said,
would
oh,
say
go on.
the sports car kind of thing,
Yeah.
as in, that
Yeah.
we don't have any, sports fancy cars. Our bank accounts won't be, if your bank account gets to 100K, we'll probably spend all of that over just to buy guns, drugs, whatever. So, so it's back, at a place where you still will need to sell weed, go do pawn, do oxy runs, rob whatever.
Mm.
So you're still doing that, that struggle that we do down south, kind of.
When it comes to rules, I guess I think like if Biggie ever was to get stabbed or kidnapped, and then he gets stabbed or something, then like when it comes to ICU, then that's probably when he'll ICU for the night or for a few days. That's what I want to see. I want more kidnappings, and it'd be nice if more ICUs, more story progression happened, so I can do that. With when it comes to my own rules with Big E. Like I want to kind of put him into ICU, and I want him to be kidnapped and stabbed and things like that.
So it's like providing your own rules for not playing a character and that kind of thing. I think I like it.
Didn't the bikers have like the
Yeah.
rolling dice thing?
Yeah,
whether
we used to roll dice. Yeah, if you we all had our kind of different ways, but a lot of them still do it. Where if you roll a 4 on a d20, then you perma. But I was doing it basically like every down, it would be like every down would increase the chance that you would perma on your next dice roll. You know what I mean? So it's just like it gives a sense of consequence to characters, right?
Yeah.
It gives a consequence to both other people's actions towards you, but also your own actions and being careful with your character's life and that kind of thing. It adds some it adds some fucking intensity to the character for sure.
I actually like that.
Mm.
Yeah, it's scary though. I'll be honest, I didn't roll when I permanent Reggie, but I rolled afterwards and I did actually get a 4, so I permanent anyway. But yeah, it's nice to see. It's definitely nice to see people who really put those consequences on themselves, because it makes things more interesting. It's nice to see. Next question from maybe I'm a baby. Are you mad? Why did Big E break up with the sweetheart Agnes?
I guess it's to do with his street credit. His hood is a gangster and is dating a gilf, a granny.
True.
So you know, how's that gonna look on him? How's that gonna look? So
Poor Agnes. Well,
I think Biggie and Agnes actually had a house together. Although they were living
oh my
together, but
god.
then you know, I wanted to do crime with Cathie, and so I think we both come to the decision that it makes more sense if she makes a baller, and then we go from there, and that's how things worked out. And I don't think Biggie has really seen Agnes since. I can't remember the last time I see Agnes on Biggie.
Oh, it was when I ICU'd Kim for like
Oh,
yeah, and then you guys killed the lean boys, and then you're dropping them off at the hospital. That was it. In the last like
yeah.
6 months, maybe.
Damn. Poor Agnes, dude. He's an
I
actual
know.
bully.
I know.
Next question. We're going flying through them now. From Mad Max X _ the Dark Ninja. It sounds like XX Whippy Poopy XX. But the question is, for both of you, what was the scariest moment for your character and why?
I guess it was probably shooting up the judges outside the pawn shop,
Oh
because
shit.
in in RP there's consequences that you you know, there's always the possibility of getting the nines, or
Mhm.
you know, you're gonna get raided, and there's so much things to take in consideration. And also, you know, there's the admins that play the judges, right? Some of them are admins,
Yeah.
so you also got to think about how do you think they're gonna how do you think they're gonna react, you know, out of character to that. So there was a lot, you know, it's just normal for me to think about those kind of things, you know. But yeah, they were basically, the judges were fucking around outside the pawn shop in being fire engines and basically hosing the pawn shop down. And so the borders turned up, and Biggie said they got 30 seconds to leave or they're gonna get fucked up, and they didn't leave. So we started shooting them up. No, I think the cops started shooting at us, and so we shot them, and then we went back and shot the judges.
I think I remember that situation, but I think it was I know Dennis was there. Was there Arts in the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're both admins, but I think they appreciate when people treat them like any other player and not like like an admin. I think the same goes with Coil. When Coil gets treated like everybody else, I think it's appreciated. So good for you for shooting up a couple of admins, dude, because that is gonna be nervous. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's me playing my character, Biggie, and if
Mhm.
if people didn't like that, then you know, it's just me playing my character.
Exactly. Sticking to it. What about you, Cathie?
Um, I this is actually a hard question because so I would say the first time that I maybe got kidnapped by Kim with the on Little K by Buddha. and I think it was Tony by the Lean Boys, right? So we actually went to jail, and I was outside jail with Frost. We were just talking, right? And the Lean Boys, they see us and they kidnap Kay. And I have to be honest, if I my character was maybe, if I had the character maybe for a longer period of time, it would I would have considered maybe perma or shelving it, because they kidnapped me and they were like, "Why are you guys following Curtis? Stop following Curtis. You guys need to fucking learn that you need to if you guys need Big E, in front, and you need to follow Big E." And being kidnapped and being so overwhelmed with all of that, it was a little bit of a moment that I really liked it and so on, but it made me, it did made me gave me like that kind of feeling that, a little bit scared of a lot of could happen from this kind of thing.
For
And then
sure.
they kidnapped me, and they handcuffed me on the side of a gas thing, and they Buddha's like, "You guys need to learn. You need to learn." And then he just like kind of takes off, right? Like he wasn't going to kill Kay, and then he just shoots the gas tank, and he
Yeah.
doesn't look, and he just doesn't look. He just goes away. And I mean, I swear to God, it would have been such a nice moment, to perma or something like that. To be honest.
I like situations like that because, like you said, they give chance to permas. But yeah, I think definitely that's good answers. I really enjoy the Lean Boys and Ballers dynamic. But you said earlier like an end. Well, like what do you think could end the Ballers / Lean Boys war?
War. Um, so I've always for Biggie, it's always been the cul-de-sac. It's like the heart of the borders. If that gets taken away from the borders, then kind of I feel like with Biggie and the borders, what's the point? Like with basically our heart's been taken away from us. So what's the point? Like what purpose do we have?
Right.
Because there's with wars at the moment, it kind of there's not like nothing really. There's not really any. I don't know. Not really much progression.
Yeah, there's not an end in sight.
No, there's not. Nowadays wars come down to who get tired first, I
Yeah.
guess. And and a lot of wars are ended through like OOC, like I don't know, Twitch chat and things like that.
Yeah, it sucks.
I think when it comes to the Lean Boys, I think the only way that war's gonna end is so Borders thought about, he's got his crime school to look
Hmm.
forward to, and so I think he's been thinking about moving out of the south side for a while now. So that's one option. I think all of us Borders are gonna hate when that does happen, like out of character. We're gonna
For
hate it
sure.
when they move out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. You gotta convince them somehow in character to stay.
Yeah,
That would be breaking our character though.
yeah,
True.
exactly.
That
Um,
like
when who was it? So there's a couple houses on the cul-de-sac that like no Borders own it or no Lean Boys own it, and Matthew Payne wanted the Lean Boys and the Borders to, or Biggie basically, to come up to some kind of agreement where we get the houses. And I suggested that um I suggested us having a shootout with the Lean Boys. Like I don't know, it's like 3 versus 3 or 4 versus 4, and whoever wins gets a house. But
Good idea.
the Lean Boys pussy that. You
That's per usual. I'm kidding.
know.
No, I think that was a creative idea. I remember being there. I think I was watching at the time. So
Man, but when I was speaking to Buddha about the cul-de-sac houses situation, and Buddha told Biggie in character that he said something like, "You're gonna get good news soon." like I realized that I know what he was saying. He's saying that he's
Oh,
basically going to be moving out of the south side, and out of character, man, that did upset me. It kind of fucked me up a bit. It's like, oh man, I don't want him to move out, but in character, I kind of have to be cheerful and stuff, you know.
yeah. No, I get it, but hopefully you guys can still have that kind of relationship with other gangs and that kind of thing, and still you can still have that kind of
Oh yeah.
stuff with Lean Boys, even though they're not in the South Side, right?
I think when they move out, if they do move out at the south side, I think we might. I don't know. We could even have some kind of business relationship or something.
For
Yeah, I
sure.
don't know. It's weird because we've been we've been at war for so long now, and we do have a lot of respect for each other, even though we're shooting each other.
Yeah,
So I guess it would be nice if we were to, I don't know, do jobs with each other or something. I don't know, but
that'd
it
be
all
cool.
comes down to, does it make sense in character?
Yeah, which I think is important to think about, because oftentimes things get lost in people get forget about things. But it's nice, like I said about the grudges, that you guys have kept up with it, stuck stuck to characters. Made it more interesting for sure.
Yeah.
And talking about ball stuff, question from Ivar Lothbrook for you, Mads. What made you want to make a baller and not another gang member?
All right. So I was playing TJ before Biggie, and I wanted to make, especially, I think it was Silent Sentry, seeing when he was on his Fargo's character. I think that made me want to play a gangster in the South Side.
Mm.
Like, in my opinion, I think it's the best role player in GTA, and um, like just watching him was just, it's like watching a movie.
Right, yeah.
Like, just so immersed, and but I don't want to force myself into. I don't want to interfere with any uh gangs role play. So I said to myself, I'm gonna wait until, like, hopefully someone like messages me on Discord and asks me to make a gang member. And lucky enough, Iron Monkey TV, who played Frost,
Oh yeah.
and he plays Dragon, he hit me up on Discord and asked me to make a border, and that's how Big E was made.
Oh yeah. What about you, Cathie? Why did you want to make a baller versus like a Vargas or someone else?
Um, to be honest, it was mostly to roleplay with you, Mad. At the time and so on. I have to be honest. I think I would, if you'd asked me, a couple of months ago, I'll probably say that. Oh yeah, I would probably create a Vago, especially because I speak Spanish and everything. So it would be,
See,
it would be a character I'll probably fit in easily. But I don't regret creating Little K at all because I've been having so much fun, and it gave me a lot of energy and pleasure to roleplay actually with Little K. And yeah, like I said, I actually like I played the GTA Online and so on, like in the story and all of that, but I wasn't that connected with the story and so on.
yeah.
I didn't have a lot of knowledge overall about the gangs. I knew there was, oh yeah, there's the Vagos, the Ballas, the Grove Street families, basically that, that, and I didn't know much more. And yeah, the fact that created a gangster into being a ballet was really cool though.
For sure. I think
Yeah,
you get
and it was mostly because of you, Mad though.
oh cute.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh wow, he's just thinking, what have I done to my life? I could have asked
True.
like a million other people, and I asked, oh my god, why?
So we're talking about characters and stuff, and Kathy, you said you've like making a biker. When it comes to myself, I've been considering making like a Lost MC hang around for a while
Do
now,
it.
and when it, like I don't feel like making another Southside gang member while I'm on Big E. So once Big E permas or I shelve Big E, then there's at the moment it's looking like Big E might make a Fargo's character purely on the fact that Saeed, Speedy, and Silent like they're my good friends away from the
Yeah.
game. So it's with the borders with our type of RP, we don't really mix in with when it comes to doing jobs and stuff. We don't really mix in with other groups apart from the Russians. So it can be very hard to if they're like kind of like our enemies, I guess. So it's very like I kind of want to role play with my online friends,
Oh yeah,
like with
I get it
Speedy
completely.
and even Curtis from Lean Boys.
Yeah, for sure. I think definitely. Uh, I think definitely make a Lost MC character though, because you'll like it for sure, and they'll definitely want you about, because a very similar style to what they enjoy, especially with giving yourself consequences and that thing. Good to see. I definitely recommend more people give the Lost a chance because they're awesome, and I'm very biased because I started it all.
And
But
I guess it's a different style of role play as well.
yeah,
Like the bikers, it's kind of slow burn RP, right? It's
it
like
is.
it's not really they don't really do things at 100 miles per hour. So I kind of wanna I wanna have a taste of that kind of role play. It's more kind of it's a lot story driven, isn't it? With the bikers, like it's very
Yeah,
slow.
yeah.
With the Southside role play, it's like 100 miles per hour. So it would be nice to kind of experience something different.
I think everyone should give Slow Burn RP a chance because I know it's my favorite kind, so I just want people who haven't experienced it to experience it and then make their decision instead of just sticking with one thing. It's definitely something everyone should try. So definitely give it a go. But yeah, we'll swap over to the next question, which is from the Origin of Custard again. Both of you, what's your favorite gang RP moment? If you have a favorite moment, what is it?
I'll let you go first.
Oh, wow. Great. Uh my favorite even though we're all enemies and so on down like all of the gangs and so on, at the end of the day we're not friends. We're not gonna be, holding hands or anything like that. But I feel like when we all gather up together, right? Like, several gangs, come up all down to a place and we chat and we talk about whatever needs to be done. This I these conversations that I'm actually remembering is when the Misfits moved down to the south, right? All of the gangs, like you had like the Greens, the Aztecas, the Vagos, like even the Lean Boys. They all came to the cul-de-sac and they were all talking with us about like what we gonna do, what's gonna happen, and it was I do enjoy these moments, even though it's not like a heavy gangbang kind of thing,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But it reminds us, that we're all there, that we're all we're all south side, and at the we still have the same interests, kind of, and yeah, kind of like that.
Holding hands,
Oh
surfing,
yeah,
jerking.
it's the favorite of Biggie. Yeah.
True. What about you, Biggie? I just called you Biggie. So.
In all honesty, it might sound a bit cheesy, but it's very rare to see it. But it was probably when the Borders were driving around in their lowriders, and we were like, there was like I don't know, like between 6 or 8 of
Oh
us.
hell yeah! Was that
Like
when
what?
Curtis was about?
Nah, this was when was it? Like
It
over
was
a
like
month ago,
three
was it?
weeks. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But that was
yeah. We
crazy, man. That was amazing.
yeah. It's really nice to see when all the gang members get together, no matter who it is. Like we've seen Vargas do it in the last two, we've seen you guys do it. It's good to see because it means that everybody is enjoying that kind of role play enough to get around, be on the server, and get some numbers going. So I love when you guys go down the street blasting music, doing that kind of shit. It's
Oh yeah.
I love
nice.
that.
But yeah, next question.
Man,
Oh, go on.
they need to remove all the import cars and all the mechanic shops so GTA Wise Guy can, play play his Borders character more.
Double
Mhm.
D, yeah.
Yeah.
How the fuck does he do that voice, Steve?
I don't know. It's crazy, right?
It's like
How's he sound again? Can you like?
I can't fucking do it, dude.
Oh
It's
come
like
on, man! I forgot. How's he sound?
Shut the no, he's just like he makes it super deep, and I'm like, that's got to be a voice changer, right? And then he just comes straight out of it. It's my voice
it's
thinking about it.
Yeah, it's not a voice changer. He actually says that his throat hurts him after a while. But yeah, it actually blows
It's
my
funny
mind also.
when him and Big D get together.
Yeah, fucking deep ass voices, dude.
Yeah, and DD is Big D's dad, so it's like it's just him like
Oh my
fucking
god.
screaming and always like oh, and then like both of them doing that. It's just like fucking fun.
What's Gladys? I'm sure she has something to do with one of those characters,
And
right?
Big D,
Yeah.
Big D's mom.
Gladys, yeah, it's Big D's mom.
That's so weird.
So she banged. So the story is they banged, like Dee and Gladys banged, and then they had Big D, and she gave him up for adoption.
Oh, band.
Shit.
Oh, Big D, dude. What the heck?
I know.
You know what else? Just pull this next question from Past Sleepy Time, which is like the third question. So thank you, Past, for all those good questions. For both of you, if you could pick any role player to make a bowler character, who would it be?
A cop or just anyone?
Anyone. The next question's for a cop, so maybe not a cop for this one.
Any role player who could
Yes,
make a gangster, right?
Yeah. A hard question.
Ooh. It is. It is. Do you have anyone in mind, Cathie?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Shit, because there's just so many people that that I would like to see.
I've got a suggestion.
You're one of them, Stock. You're one of them. I would love to see you like doing a Baldur's gang character.
I haven't done any gang shit for a long time.
Exactly. I would love to see that.
Who's your suggestion?
I was thinking mainly because of how good he's been lately, and he's getting the recognition he needs. That's Medi. I think Medi.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Medi with a bowler character would be fucking sick.
His call character is crazy.
You know who's thought about making a Borders character in the past?
Who's that?
Coop.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Imagine him as a Borders.
This is Matthew Payne.
Coop would be so good.
Oh shit! I need to. I've just metagamed Biggie chilling out here while his turf is getting taken over. Oh, I got to log into.
I'm queuing up. Wait.
No, but okay, I'll make this question easier because the next question, if you guys don't have any more, but the next one's from Norway 1717, which again, I guess it's for both of you. If you had to recruit a cop to the Ballers, who would it be? So I guess this would be a cop character, so someone who got fired or something. Who would you?
Well, I don't know if you see it, but did you see Andrews going undercover trying to get drugs in the hood with Buddha?
Yeah.
The way he went undercover and the way he kind of portrayed a different kind of, how he did his undercover work. I liked his attitude that he had, how he's trying to come across that he was from the South Side. I really like that. So I think it would be Andrews.
I have to say something about that. Andrews actually he plays his cop character. He actually came from the South Side. He was actually an Azteca. From his background story, and then he changed his life into a cop, because I actually had that interaction with him in game. He was like, yeah, I also had this life, but you can still turn it around, kind of thing. And when he was undercover, Kim actually sold him weed. Sorry, we're getting raided.
You know who I would like? Maybe Fairlight.
Yeah, he's actually just. I don't know whether you've seen, but he permaned his character.
The cop one, right?
Yeah, sure, I was there. That was fucking rough, dude. But yeah, I think Fela would be. He plays Raja. This is kind of the reason I chose Medi too, is because they've played very underground, slow burn criminal characters.
Mm.
That's why I kind of want to see them come in and be like super fast paced, gangbang stuff.
So he also had a character, I think it was called Robin Banks, and we him and TJ did a few jobs together, and when we were like, he's an amazing role player, man. So I would like for him to make a border character and like just see what kind of ideas he has, because I do definitely want the borders to be like more immersive.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot of people out there who should give everything a shot.
Yeah, we all limit ourselves, right? We're all I feel like a lot of us are too busy in our comfort zones, and we kind of need to push ourselves to try out different.
Yeah,
that's
definitely
true.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more cops do south side things, because obviously a lot of the cops don't enjoy a lot of the shooting side of the south side, at least most of us. But I think it'll be interesting for them to then make a south side character and go in and see it from their perspective.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion, I feel like it's definitely good for the cop. Like when it comes to the cops, if they did make like a I don't like just a hardcore criminal on the server,
Yeah.
so they kind of getting to see it from both sides, you know.
Yeah, I think it's difficult because we have to play our cop as our main character, so it's kind of hard to
Yeah.
play criminal characters. But it's definitely something I want to do myself, and would implore other cops to do as well, because it definitely gives you a good perspective. Like I was playing my criminal character, and I was like, it was so hard to fucking do anything. Like you had to go to the crafting shop on the south side. I was like, it takes this long to just get everything going, and I was like, damn. Now I'm not going to be as rough on people because it's really difficult to do shit. So
Yeah, you learn a lot. I think a good example is Mikey from the Fargos. Who's this cop character?
Mike Bayo.
Yeah, so I think when he came to NoPixel and his cop character, in my personal opinion, I felt he was a bit too hard-headed, like he was a bit rough.
Yeah, he
But
was.
then
Yeah.
he made a Fargo's character, and I feel like from him doing that, it kind of maybe I guess it made him learn a few things, and he kind of changed his approach towards
No,
things.
for sure. He got a different perspective and realized that, you know, it was a different environment on NoPixel, and then he played a criminal, and now he's kind of a lot more chill as a cop because he knows that. And I think this goes for a lot of us. We don't lose a lot when we lose a situation as a cop, versus what criminals lose when they take the L. So I don't think a lot of us have realized that and don't go as hard on people, because it makes it more fun for you guys. So definitely getting the perspective is really important.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, it's about a balance, isn't it? A give and take. Even us criminals, we can be very selfish with our own role play.
Yeah, Cathie.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, let's just get on to the next question. We haven't got that many left. It's from Mad Max again. Both of you, if you had an opportunity to undo one thing you RP'd, what would it be and why change it? So pretty much, do your characters have any regrets?
I guess it could be when it comes to the Lost MC and the borders. I feel like the Lost MC, they're very like when it comes to finding loyal connections, it's very rare. So when the borders kidnapped Raja, and then Raja came to the prison, like he was saved in the end. And then he came to the prison after with the Lost MC, and the Lost MC asked Biggie, if we had a contract out on us, would you go along with it? And I think Biggie said yeah, he would. And I think like when it comes to Biggie, I think that's probably his biggest regret at the moment, considering how good the loss have been towards the Borders.
Yeah, I think I didn't know about the situation, but it sounds pretty cool. I like it's one of those things about a certain gang sticking to certain values, and the Lost of Sea are pretty good about that loyalty thing. So just like the Ballers, you guys give yourself the crutch of financial things. It's really nice to see. But, I think one thing that I always have a problem with is kind of I get I get forgetful about things that happen in character. So the fact that you can actually bring up a regret that you have it's impressive for me because I don't remember a lot. And I get chat to remember for me. But what about you, Cathie? Do you have any regrets?
So I think one of the things that it was a little bit in character and out of character actually that I kind of regretted what I did. We were in a shootout and my game crashed, right? And so I logged back in and I was in my house, right? And we were in a shootout. We were a little bit far away from the south side actually. So as far as I knew, we were, it was us in a car and it was the Lean Boys in a car. We're just shooting at each other. I get in the game. I just radio them and tell them, "Hey, I'm at Grove," and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna pick you up." And I leave. I leave through the front door, and the Lean Boys are there. And for someone that had the game crashed, I was just like, well, I'm just gonna put myself in the car, right? And I'm just gonna let's continue the situation since they're coming back. I didn't even thought that the situation could have been changed and that the Lean Boys could be at the street. So I get out through the front door and there's Curtis there, right? And he sees me and I'm just like, oh fuck. And I just run through the backyard and I get in the house. And yeah, and I to be honest, I felt really shitty out of character on that. And even in character, like I radio them and I'm like, well, the Lean Boys are here, and Curtis, he was outside, and he tried to shoot me, and and it's like I felt really shitty on that, to be honest. And I think that would be the thing that I would undo, to be honest. I think I would have went with it, and if they wanted to kidnap or shoot me or whatever, I think I would have done it.
Man, fuck the Lean Boys,
Yeah,
man.
fuck the
They
Lean Boys, so
camp in your
toxic.
house? Like, come on, what the fuck?
To be honest, they were at their house. We just have a house in the middle of Grove that is like surrounded by them.
No, I think everyone makes mistakes sometimes. As long as you can realize that it could have been better doing something else, then you're all good.
Look, man,
Yeah.
that's not the perfect role player.
Exactly.
Everyone, everyone makes mistakes. It's all about just learning from them and improving. That's what it's about.
Oh yeah. Nice. Next question. It's again from Frogbound. Who, for both of you, what makes the Southside RP so enjoyable for you?
The people, to be honest, for like the people, like the group that we have, the Balos and so on. I think they are the ones that make all of this worth it. All of the hours that I put into the server, and and the other, and even all of the interactions that we have with others, and it's just really enjoyable. Even if you get shut up or anything like that, right? Everyone, it's always the mentality is just completely. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just really nice, and it's really they make it worth it, to be honest.
I think yeah. I mean, Biggie gets a lot of credit. Like people give him a lot of credit for what his like with the Borders, but I feel like all the Borders should get the credit because they've without the rest of the Borders, Biggie won't be Biggie. Like they've made Biggie what he is, and without them, Biggie's nothing. So I feel like the rest of the all of the borders need a lot of respect,
Yeah.
a lot of credit. What makes it the South Side so enjoyable, I think you never know you never know what to expect. I feel like things are always happening at like 100 miles per hour, and things are always changing. Like one day, you could be you could be like okay with someone, and then the next day you can be like worst enemies. So it's like I don't know, I guess you could say every day brings a different kind of situation,
Yeah,
conflict. Like you don't know what you're gonna expect.
for sure. I think it's definitely kind of a similar thing with Cop, except we kind of know what we're going to expect. But it's
Magnum season.
true. No, but yeah, it's definitely it's cool to see that some days we'd go down and you and the Link Boys would be fine, and then the next day you shooting each other up. It's yeah, I think it's almost like a challenge, But I'm glad you guys enjoy it, and I'm glad everyone enjoys it because, like you said, everyone's here to have fun. And talking about the Lean Boys, the final question for tonight is from Freak Reddit Report, who asks, "Who is your most feared Lean Boy member, and why is it Ellie?" It's a very good question.
Ellie, she's just the the streamer, man. Is it Soda?
Soda, yeah.
It's, like she's just amazing. Like in character, even Big E. Like I find it difficult to have some kind of conflict with her. Like Big E's even had to like constantly tell her, shoot me in the face, do it, go on, just so I have just so I can get a reaction out of Big E to want to harm her.
Yeah, she's terrifying.
She's so amazing. She's so amazing. I love Ellie. I love the character. She's just like fucking. It's like there's not a lot of girls in, right? And then when we have a war where there's like a girl in both gangs, and it's just really nice. And we have moments when we're actually talking. We forget that we're in a war, right? And we're actually both talking, and then we're just like, oh no, fuck you. And it's like kind of things, yeah. But it's yeah, so like for example, when I changed characters, she was just like, your character is just like your hair is just like so pretty, and I'm like, oh, okay, thank you so much, I'm really happy you liked it. Kind of things. And I don't know, I think that's what makes she's such a strong piece on the Lean Boys too. And that just makes her so awesome.
She is wholesome. She's a little ball of positivity, dude. And,
Yeah, she is.
It's a really nice juxtaposition with the gang RP, and you've got Ellie in there. It's just like it doesn't fit really, but because it doesn't fit, it fits so perfectly.
Yeah, and a lot of situations can become very intense, and sometimes some situations don't go as well as the Lean Boys would like them to have. So when Ellie's around, it kind of she puts a smile back on their faces again.
For sure.
So.
I think she does that with everyone though. Whenever anyone arrests her or anyone gets involved with Ellie, it's always a fun situation.
Yeah.
Fucking scamming people, saying she's got twins and shit.
It's funny being in the shootout with her too. It's just how she reacts.
Talking of that, the shootout where Reggie died from the Lost, my character, she literally just flipped him off for the whole fight. She was in the car and she was just flipping him off because she didn't bring her gun out. That was fucking funny, dude.
That's why little Killer and them. It's like
okay. You didn't
Battle of the
call me
Potatoes.
out, right? It's called a learning process. Okay.
Okay.
Cathie, you've been learning for long enough now. Can you just get good, please?
Oh, damn it. That's never gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
How long have you been role playing on NoPixel? So
Since like the first week that GTA came out, I came over
shit.
with Vader from a different server, so he brought me with him, and I've been around ever since.
Did you do that Polito
Yeah.
thing with Fader?
Yeah, I
Who
played
was your character?
I played Rajesh Mohammed, who was like a little Indian guy who was like
Ah,
Kudo's right hand man at the time. So yeah, it was like Kudo and Joe Kane, Joe Kerr. I can't remember which one it was.
Joker, I think it
Yeah,
was,
who
and he
owned.
went on a mad rampage, killing everyone,
He was a
didn't he?
serial killer. He never got caught.
Yeah,
Uh,
man, you,
a long
go
time
I
on,
don't
ago.
so,
remember Kudo being the mayor.
man.
Yeah.
Fader needs to do that with Polito again, man. Bring life back to Polito.
Yeah, it
That
was.
was amazing.
It was a really good time on NoPixel. Actually, yeah, there was so many people up there too. And I was talking to you about before stream that I didn't realize that you were Franco D. Because I can't remember what you were doing, but you were causing trouble in Polito, and we were having some problems with Franco, but I can't remember exactly what it was.
So I guess you could say Franco D's nickname was Shitlord. I guess you could say. I was
Yeah.
I was new to NoPixel, and I think within my first 2 weeks I got banned twice. I
Oh
think
my
just
god.
because I've never role played before, and it's my first ever role play server going on, and so I didn't really know anything about the rules or nothing. I can remember the first time I got banned. It was RDM in Ming and White Duck
Oh
in the
god.
prison. Yeah, they were robbing me when I hit Polito, and I was just so pissed off with them. So as soon as they spawned into the prison, I just knocked them out.
Holy shit, dude.
So yeah, Franco was my first ever character, and I think it took me a good, I don't know, I guess you could say 6 months to learn about the rules and
Hmm.
how to role play and stuff. Um, I think towards the end of Franco D days was probably the best days with James Tinklebottom, where they kidnapped him, and then I decided to Palmer. What was that? I'm trying to think. I can't remember, but I forgot what that was about. That storyline, but it was crazy. I even had the bikers coming after Franco D.
It was a long time ago now. It's got to be like 2 years, a year and a half.
Yeah,
Long time. Don't worry, Cathie. You'll be looking back into the same.
so sorry, go on.
No, go on.
So you're going to be making some new characters, like Cathie and.
Yeah, I think so. Cathie, what are you making? You're
So
gonna make a DSE, right?
yeah, I have a biker. She's created.
Oh
She's
yeah.
there. I'll see. I don't know, because it also depends on time. I don't want to be. I don't want to be shelving, like putting little Kate in. Just not playing her at all.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like I said, the DLC to cop thing. I really. It's like I said, I wanted to have a perspective in. I already have the citizen. I have the gangster slash criminal, and I would like to see, you know, a perspective inside. The cops. The government kind of jobs, and yeah, and it's the geisha that I talked about, because there's this Japanese group going on in town,
Oh
and
yeah.
we actually know some of them, and yeah.
That'd be cool. For sure. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
go on. I kind of. There's a lot of new characters I want to make.
Go on, tell us. Give us a scoop.
Okay, so it's a character I've already made, but I haven't really played him much. It's an old man serial killer. Basically, his wife got murdered by a house robber, and so he kind of wants to get revenge and find out who did it. Do you remember when in NoPixel when the houses, like there's a lot of house robberies a lot of the
Yeah.
times at one stage? Yeah, so I kind of want to start playing him again. Um, like I said, maybe a Fargo's or a Lost MC hang around, a cop character, and maybe like a old man kind of philosopher, like kind of like a when it comes to the Yakuza, maybe like a Mr. Miyagi kind
Oh
of.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
An old wise man. I think that needs to
yeah,
be cool, especially with the South Side and all the gang kind of stuff. It's always nice to have that kind of character to it. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing Big E for I don't even know how long now, maybe 6 months or more. And so, when it comes to my own role play potential, I don't think I've truly like been able to show my full, role play ability. So it'd be nice to mix things up, play different characters.
Oh yeah, I think it'd be cool for everyone, and it'd be excited to see what you guys do next for sure.
So come on, let's hear your
Oh
gangster
my
footage.
god, I'm gonna mute you all. I'm not doing it. You
Come
you
on,
you
man.
might hear it. You might hear it when I make the
What?
character. Okay, then you can wait. You can wait. It's definitely gonna be deeper than Double D. I'm sure. I can definitely get that
No.
low. I'm
Are
kidding.
you
I'm
bringing
kidding.
back that guy with the stereo
Who knows?
on Grove?
It's not really. He's an old dude. The plan for him was to be like a neutral character, which is kind of all the gangs could go and speak to about problems and that kind of thing. But we'll see where that happens. But you don't get any spoilers, all right?
Oh, good shit, man. Hell yeah.
Well,
So was you saying? So when it comes to the Lost MC,
mhm.
was it Reggie that was like the president? Like I don't know too much
Yeah.
about the
So
back.
I made Reggie, and then there was no Lost MC around at the time, so I was like, I don't know whether you remember Olsey. Remember Olsey? He was like a cop.
Nah.
I made Reggie, and I spoke to him. I was like, "Do you want to make the Lost MC?" You know, it wasn't around at the time, so he was like, "Yeah, sure." And then he was around for like 2 days, and that was it. And then yeah, we just went from there. So Reggie was the president, and then we met like Gary and Sam. I think Bulldog was there, and then one of the days I was off, Rudy came in as well. I'm probably missing someone, but they're not important. Stupid bikers. But we were holding down the casino. And yeah, it just pretty much went from there. And once I didn't want to play that character anymore, I took a break from roleplay. They kind of took over and they fucking went with it, and I'm proud of all of them because they're fucking awesome. And now Reggie's dead, so never again. Pepe hands.
Yeah, but that's that character. Like I didn't really know too much about him. I only saw streams. He was a good character, man.
Yeah, I'm super happy with where it ended up, and I was happy with the perma too. So
Yeah, especially with your role play with the pimp, in the
Slim,
yeah, that was amazing. That was good.
yeah, that was it was good to see Marco. I can't remember how you say his name. He made the trailer for season 2, and that was in there. It was really good to see. But yeah, I definitely want to play some more characters, so we'll see. No spoilers.
How you finding Cop?
I really enjoy it. I fucking love it, dudes. It's a hell of a lot easier in terms of role plays kind of handed to you on a plate, but at the same time, it's harder because you have to deal with a bunch of kind of OLC shit and learning a lot about doing cop stuff. But I've done it before. I did it, a long time ago in GTA, and I'm not new to it, so I'm just excited to see where it goes, dude. Honestly, I wanted to be a detective, but that's
Oh
gone.
shit! I wish there was more of that on the server though. To be honest.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a little bit more. I think it's a bit more of like respecting slow burn characters and like people who do serial killer stuff and that kind of thing. There's a bit of a lack of respect to where it's been dropping off lately, and people, stories kind of come and go because the police don't put in the right amount of work. So hopefully we'll see some more of it, and hopefully we'll
I
see some
hope
more
so.
police characters from you guys. You better do it.
Yeah, it
Maybe,
was
yeah.
it was interesting. So the way I'm playing my cop character at the moment is like I want my cop character to learn consequences. I don't want to like I have a mind like I know how I want my cop character to be. From I think I'll make a good cop character like when it comes to the balance from what like criminals like and
Yeah.
from what expected as me of like as a cop. It was at the moment the way I'm playing my cop character is a bit over the top with like the lore and stuff, and so in character he's learning like he has to kind of chill out a bit more. Like I'm basically giving people ear bashing for just going past the red light. Like if I'm getting a taxi ride, then I'll be going crazy at the taxi drivers for going through red lights, and like my character's confused to why everyone's like constantly breaking the law.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure he'll quickly learn that that's not how the city goes, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, I mean, I got I got kidnapped within half an hour
Nice.
because I was giving a guy a Uber driver ear bashing for going through so many red lights, so he kidnapped me.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Nice.
but one good thing is I took my way out of it. I paid him $1,000, and he didn't kill me. So
Easy.
that was good to see. Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, we're pushing it a little bit, but I really appreciate you guys coming on, and you've given some really fucking good answers, dude. So yeah, thank you for coming on and talking with me. And maybe I've said this to everyone so far. Maybe in 6 months, when Big E's dead and Lil K's the leader of the Ballers, leader of the South Side, then
jeez.
you guys can come back on, and we'll see what's going on with that. The Queen of the South Side. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I'll be the queen of the
Yeah.
South. Yeah.
Where did
Okay,
you
yeah.
where did you get your nickname from? Where's it come from?
What, little K?
Oh, the sock.
Oh, so
Oh,
because I'm
okay.
lazy, dude. There's literally I was making a name on League and I needed something short, and there was a sock on the floor,
Oh,
dude. So I just, easy as that.
oh shit! All right.
It was not a good story at all. But yeah, we'll wrap this up, and I'll talk to you guys afterwards. I'm gonna mute you all and deafen, and then I'll chat to you afterwards. But yeah, seriously, thank you guys for coming on, and maybe, like I said, in the future, I'd love to have you back on. So I hope you guys enjoyed.
Hell yeah! Thanks.
Yeah, I
It's
did.
been fun.
Some
It
good
was
questions.
really nice. Yeah.
Good questions from Reddit too. And UMad, you better go to the next Switch London, okay?
Okay.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna mute and then I'll catch you guys in a minute, alright? Bye boy.
All right. Yep. Bye.
Chat. What cool guests, huh? Cool people. Cool people. I'm gonna perma Big E. Don't tell him, alright, but that's my plan with Richard Dark. He's had that grudge ever since Big E kicked him out of the South Side, and now he doesn't know I'm even saying this, dude. So yeah, Richard Dark's gonna perma him. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Next week should be the people when I have 3 of them on. So it's a big lineup. So hopefully we'll get some big questions for those guys. I'm not going to tell you who is yet, just in case scheduling messes up. I hope you guys all enjoyed episode 4 with Cathie and UMad. And yeah, I will catch you all on the next one. I love you all. Thank you to all of you for the love and support. And I will see you soon. Adios.